while waiting for the indefinite release of Werewolf 1987 TV series on DVD, Dreams out the door for Blu-ray, thought it would be interesting to bring up some of the things that held it back, like the 3 songs that were under copyright. One being Mike and the Mechanics' popular single Silent Running, which was played in the pilot during the bar scene in the intro. But technically, they could just pay Mike, who will want the royalties for every release, or they could just replace the damn song. Or how about pay a band that will take less royalties? As you can hear on my recording, Silent Running is pretty close to Johnny Hates Jazz, and any band would like to get their music out to a newer generation, preferably today, for a lot less money. And this is the bootleg I got, which was taken off Chiller Network, someone sent to me. I didn't get all 29 episodes. I was missing 3, and I had a bunch of repeats. But what I don't get is that Chiller Network and a bunch of others will play the TV series and pay the royalties, but no Shout Factory will pay it. And this is the image they used on the DVDs. There are 3 of them, I believe, maybe 4. They just printed this on it. This would be the infamous Shout DVD, which they released an image of the artwork before they figured out they weren't going to pay the royalties. Would have been cool, but now all the bootlegs kind of rip it off. And of course, the infamous French DVD collection, which I've heard looks like crap, and some people say it looks great, but I promise you, there's nothing better out there image quality than this disc. They also decided not to pay the royalties for everywhere and released it only in France. Now, the discrepancies. I used Johnny Hates Jazz as an example. However, they were released in '88 in March, and the club is summer of '87, playing a song from November of '85. So they could either be playing an old song, or they could be playing something that you can blur the one season to '87, '88. So, any song would do. I'm sure even retired at 71, I think he is, Rick Baker would still be a consultant for the show if it were to be rebooted. Whether the show tanks or not, we would get an old release, because they love to put the old releases out before you can buy the new one. And his makeup and the blood effects for the pentagram squirting out the hand, just fantastic. And he was the consultant on Howling. He was creature effects, I believe, in Star Wars '77. He definitely did American Werewolf in London, because that was an Oscar. And then Wolf with Jack Nicholson, 94-ish. And then Wolfman 2010 with Benicio del Toro. A lot of wolves. Now, the interesting thing is, John J. York has said for years that the show had a 10-month writer's strike. And when they got back together, they just folded camp and called it quits. He would join General Hospital a few years later, looking for another gig. But the truth is, it cost so much to do the episodes, you started to get the exact same transformation wolf effects repeated over and over. That's always a sign that the budget isn't there to keep doing the special effects. The budget killed the show. It was too good. It also happened when V went to a TV series. They kept using the same shots over and over, and they quickly canceled it. Here's an audio interview with John J. York.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. In fact, if you think about it, Werewolf was way ahead of its time. After Werewolf came Buffy the Vampire Slayer and all these other horror-type genre television shows And Werewolf, as great as it was with the effects and with the stories, I mean, Werewolf was basically, was kind of like The Fugitive and The Incredible Hulk, you know, got mixed up together. So, you know, I was given the curse in the original pilot episode, and then spent my time traveling and moving around the country trying to trace the real werewolf. Was played by Chuck Connors at the time, and never found him, never lifted the curse. Found out in the end that he wasn't the end of the werewolf line, and, you know, so I'm still looking for him. So the short story is, I'm still a werewolf. Never lifted the curse.
Did they ever tell you, like, how the show was going to end if they ever got there?
Never did.
They never said anything?
No. I was an actor with my first big break in Hollywood, you know, working on a series and having a blast, working with David Hemmings and James Guerin.
In any case, definitely watch everything that's available on YouTube. You can get that full interview. It was about 30 minutes. It's all on YouTube. If there's any updates, trust me, I'll let you know, because I've been waiting since '87 to own this. I should have recorded it on VHS tape. Thanks for watching.